Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and another edition of the RePlay podcast. Now, Game of Thrones has finally come to an end, and much like us, the viewers, every major studio, whether it's for a streaming platform or network television, is eager to find the next big hit to fill that void. How it is you may have felt about the controversial ending of Game of Thrones, I think we can all agree that the series will be missed in terms of the scope and world building. The general spectacle behind Game of Thrones, the series remains unmatched to date and will likely remain unmatched for the near future. However, until then, until the Game of Thrones prequels or spin-offs make their debut, we do believe we have 5 series, both upcoming and existing, that can fill and satisfy your hunger for fantasy. Now, this list is in no particular order. However, if you are familiar with my channel, then you no doubt have heard me mention this series several times. And number one on the list is, of course, Black Sails. Now, Black Sails is the only series on this list that is currently available for viewing. It's available on Hulu or Netflix, so be sure to go and check it out. Black Sails Black Sails is a prequel slash retelling of the popular book Treasure Island, and follows a band of pirates and their captain, Captain Flint, who attempts to seize a Spanish prize, the Arca de Lima, filled with untold treasures, in order to make themselves princes of the New World. Now, Black Sails has long lived in the shadow of Game of Thrones, having its run around 2014, and never quite found the numbers in terms of viewership, right? However, what sets Black Sails apart from Game of Thrones is its almost Shakespearean writing and character development that remains unmatched to date. However, fear not, if political intrigue, deception, and brutality is your game, then look no further. Black Sails is what you are looking for, and the race to become Pirate King begins here. So next on the list is, of course, the Witcher series. For those of you who have played the video games, The Witcher 1, 2, and 3, this of course needs no introduction. However, for the uninitiated, The Witcher is adapted from a series of novels written by Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski, and follows Geralt of Rivia in a medieval fantasy world, the continent. Now, in the continent, Geralt is what's called a witcher, which is basically a mercenary for coin, but a mercenary who has gone through several trials and experimentations that have mutated him on a cellular level. This affords him certain unique abilities, enhancements, enhanced strength, speed, sight, smell. However, this comes at a cost of his human emotions. Now, however, very little is known about the series currently in production. We do know that we will be introduced to a much younger Geralt, and while fandom is not exactly thrilled, Henry Cavill, of course, being cast for the role, fans are not exactly thrilled with that casting. We are all excited to accompany Geralt on his journey in this world teeming with magic and mystical beasts. Now, third on this list is his Dark Material. His Dark Material is adapted from a novel by the same name by author Philip Pullman, and this is the only series on this list that is actually set in relatively modern time. The series will follow one of the Logan films' breakout stars, Daphne Keane, and she'll be playing the character Lyra, and this will follow her as she traverses a vast multiverse accompanied by Lord Ezreal, who is played by James McAvoy, and of course her own personal daemon, Pantaleimon, which sounds a lot like a Digimon. Now, his Dark Material is slated for premiere late 2019. Number 4. Now, number 4 on this list needs absolutely no introduction. Lord of the Rings. Unfortunately, not a lot of details is known about this series. This may be due in part because it's not debuting until 2021. What little details we do know is the series itself will be set at least 1,000 years before the events of the film or the novels, before Sauron forges the One Ring. What we can say for certain is that this will be the most expensive show in TV history, with Amazon having paid an estimated 250 million for the TV rights. So the fifth and final series in our list also happens to be the most PG. However, what it lacks in brutality and gore, it does make up for in heart. The Chronicles of Narnia. So the Chronicles of Narnia, of course, by author C.S. Lewis, follows a group of youngsters, 4 kids, who stumble upon a gateway or portal to this magical world that's led and ruled by a talking lion, King Aslan. And of course, they get enthralled in this battle for the kingdom and attempt to make their way back home. Now, not a lot of details have been released about this film in terms of where the story takes place. Will it be a sequel to the 2005 films or a prequel? Not a lot of details have been released, and nothing as yet in terms of when it will debut. However, what we do know is that this is the first time in the franchise's history that a single company will have sole rights to the entire series, and that should give Netflix everything they need to make all our dreams come true. So that's it for our list. Be sure to post on the comments. Let me know which of the 5 you're most looking forward to. If there is something that's not here that you're excited about, be sure to post it on the comments. Let me know, and hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next.